Coin dealers can't sell junk silver. Junk silver is being melted at an alarming rate right now. You know it, I know it, and the American people know it. What can you do about it? Stick around and find out. Looky here. This is going to qualify as the oldest one in the roll. It is a 1916. In my hand is the oldest mercury dime you can have, but what is the mint mark? I'd like to thank my channel sponsor, APMEX. They create a two-way marketplace for silver, whether it's silver eagles or old classic coins such as this. They're buying coins from the selling public and selling it to the buying public. So I've been excited to buy some mercury dimes. If you follow the link below, you can shop around for the mercury dimes they have or Roosevelt dimes, and you can do your part to stop the melt. As silver gets more and more expensive relative to the dollar, the threat to constitutional silver or junk silver has never been greater. If you heard stories earlier this year that old silver coins were being melted, it's only getting worse. Can we get the silver coins away from the melter and back into the hands of silver stackers? Constitutional silver is finite and a shrinking resource. Only so much of it was ever minted, and once it is melted, you can't get it back. As a coin, it gives silver stackers a fractional silver item in various sizes, great designs and great history, and it gets you silver at an affordable price and an affordable entry size. It's very modular. You can buy a little or you can buy a lot. Now, a couple of years ago, constitutional silver was commanding high premiums. Not quite as high as the runaway silver eagle premiums, but it was high. But now the prices relative to the silver spot price have collapsed. The good news is that the silver spot price has been on a tear if you're a holder, but moving from $28 an ounce a year ago to $39 an ounce today. But the premiums for constitutional silver are non-existent. Welcome to Silver Heist. Thank you to our returning subscribers and guests. If you like gold, silver, or a coin with a good story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. For example, this big online dealer, their buyback premiums on old US silver coins is now below spot. With spot price at $39 an ounce, one dealer's buyback price is $24.71 per face value. That is equivalent of 86% of spot. It's below spot. So with big bullion dealers buying constitutional silver at a discount, they've gone from lowering their sale premiums to say 10 or 5% over spot to something more reasonable. They are now offering spot price deals. If they are buying at 86% of spot, they can sell it and still make some money at spot. But if the buyers are out of balance with the sellers, then the coin prices aren't going to get much lower. Any lower and the coins will just go straight to the melter. A melter may pay 90% of spot price for the silver minus some added fees. Sellers are under no obligation to stop selling their silver holdings, and silver holders are not obligated to break their budgets and buy more silver. At $39 an ounce or $42 spot price or $36 spot price. Right now there's no margin for error, and it's not a stretch to think more and more coins are going to the melting refinery. The industrial silver demand is setting the spot price. Industry does not care if the 1,000-ounce silver bars come recently from a silver mine or came from recycled sterling silver or old coins melted at the refinery. In the 1,000-ounce bar format, silver is silver. The stacker silver coin demand is setting the coin premium price. The higher the spot price goes, potentially, there'll be an increased number of people looking to sell. But the higher the spot price goes with household budget squeeze, there may not be enough new people or stackers opening up their wallets ready and able to buy these old coins at spot price. So there's a potential death spiral for constitutional silver that leads straight to the refinery. So what can you do? I'll show you what I'm doing. So not only does APMEX have random rolls of mercury dimes, they also have these other rolls you can pay a little bit more and get them a little bit pre-sorted, and they're only the old ones, 1916 to 1929. So I previously bought one of these rolls. Previously on a live stream, I looked through this roll and I found the oldest one, the most rare one, and the nicest one. And I started to populate this book. So I already found the oldest one, 1917D, then the most rare one, 4.7 million, 1929S, and I thought maybe the one in the nicest condition was this 27S. So that was what the first roll got me, and I could go through the rest of this roll and see how many of these I can fill up. But I have a second roll of slightly older ones. I'm gonna open up this roll right now and once again find the oldest one, the most rare one, and the nicest one. We'll come back with that answer. How many rolls of Mercury Dimes does it take to fill a book? We'll focus on the older ones first. All right, so let's crack into this one and see how we do. 50 Mercury Dimes in this roll. They're limited from 1916 to 1929. So they're the better ones. They're probably more slicked out and more worn out, but they are older ones. There'll be some mint marks in here and there'll be some old ones, so let's see how we do. Okay, so I did count all of these and I do have 50 coins, so it was a full roll. It's supposed to be from 1916 to 1929. Full disclosure, there was one that did not belong, a 1945. This might be one of the nicer looking ones, and it's a 1945D, which is nice, but it's not what was in it. But look at a pretty good mix. These are the teens and these are the 20s. So not a bad mix of teens, and including, haven't looked for mint marks yet, but looky here. This is gonna qualify as the oldest one in the roll. It is a 1916, and you can see the date. So I got in my hand is the oldest Mercury dime you can have. But what is the mint mark on that? We will save that to the end. Let's separate these each into two piles, some with mint marks, some without mint marks, and then we will organize the book. All right, so I could be wrong. So these are our teens, these are our 20s, and I think the only mint mark ones we have are here. And I'll show you how hard it is to see these. This is one of the better conditioned ones. This is 1919. You can at least see the field where the mint mark would be. But if we look at one of these other guys, if we look at this 1917, and then we go hunting for the mint mark, it's supposed to be somewhere between the E and that space. And so that's gonna be wicked hard. It's gonna be hard to see in these old ones if that S is present or not. So I'm almost assuming we don't have mint marks. So this one is one of the nicer ones in terms of detail. It is also a mint mark one. This one's not so nice. And I can't tell if that's a 1920 what. This other one's a Denver 28D. So we'll put those aside. Okay, so 1916, we've either got 22 million for the 1916 regular Philly, 264,000 for 1916D, or 10 million for 1916S. And I think that one is a nice enough shape. We will see the mint mark on it. So we'll save that for the end. Who knows what we got? But let's look at our two mint mark ones. 1928D. 1928D is 4.1 million, so that's more rare than the previous ones that we found. All right, so let's snap that one in as our, potentially our most rare one. This one's an S for sure. I'm not so sure what the date is. I think it's a 1920. So a 20S, where's that at? So a 20S is 13.8 million. Well, let's lock her in because we can always change him in the future. So if none of these are mint marks, then we can just sort of sort them by year and get the best one of the bunch. Okay, these might be the best of the 20s. 1920, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, all from Philadelphia. All right, so we're populating the book. The Philadelphia ones are not the lowest mintage ones, but we are filling the book. We're getting a lot through the 20s, and so it was worthwhile to get a little bit pre-sorted. So let's pop these in. So we'll commit to these guys. Now maybe in our next roll, you can do even a little better. We do have that other roll from 1916 to 1929, so maybe there's some Philadelphia specimens that are a little better, but since I'm into it, let's just sort of lock these in. So we're committed, we're growing the collection. These are not, does tell me that I think you might need something a little better than slightly higher grade so you can see the mint marks. It is such a good design. Let's go through our teens and get the best of the teens. So there's our teens right there. Let's get those in the book. All right, 17, 18, 19. 55 million, 26, 35 million. So not rare by any stretch. Let's get these committed into the book. So last time, and I didn't go through the other 47 coins, but last time I got a 17D, a 27S, and a 29S. We got some mint marks last time. This one we hardly got any mint marks, but all in all, so there's 5 times 5, there's 25, so there's 37 coins in the 1916 to 1929 range. And so far, we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 12, 14, 16. We have 17 out of 36. All right, so for the moment of truth, here is our 1916 coin. What are the stakes? They're right here. Here's the stakes. 22 million, 10 million, or 264,000. The most rare key date of all of the Mercury Dimes. Here I am. This is in pretty nice condition. Wouldn't mind getting, if we get the 1916S, that would be the most rare, well, not quite the most rare one, but that would be the oldest one and a pretty nice one to get. If we get the 16D, that would be a shocker. And then of the 50 coins I got, which were supposed to be older, they've got 145 slipped through the cracks. So I'm not going to complain because I also got a 1916. So what if one of the good 1916 slipped through the cracks and now it's in my hand? That would be quite a silver heist. Let's flip the coin and see what we got. It's unfortunately a little bit worn out on that side, but I don't think we have a mint mark. And we can compare it to this one because this one does have a mint mark. So if there was a D there, I think you'd see it just a little bit more. I think you would see it there. Nope, I don't think we have a mint mark, but I do see we have a 1916 and we have a slot in our book. So we stopped the melt, we saved history. We have one for the oldest Mercury dime in our Whitman folder. So there it is. So there it is right there, the oldest Mercury dime you can have from Philadelphia. 22 million. So not a bad find indeed. So right now, wherever you shop online or at your local coin stores, I think constitutionals are a great value right now because not only can you get silver at a good price, you can also save history. So let us know in the comments below what you make of Mercury dimes or what your favorite constitutional silver is. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.